Welcome to Loose Mesh, the lacrosse podcast, the place where the tape's off, the gloves are off, and the stories come straight from the barn. From rookie bus rides to championship runs, we're breaking down the game with the players, the legends, and the voices that live it. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a pro chasing rings, grab a cold one, string up the stick, and let's get loose.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to episode 7 of the Loose Mesh podcast. It's Dawson Nielsen here, and always joined by Ryan McMichael and Steve Toll. Week 3 of the NLL is in the books, and things have already getting weird in the best way. We got teams finding their identity early, others searching for answers, goalies standing on their heads, and stars reminding everyone exactly who they are. If you thought the first 2 weeks were teams feeling it out, not no more anymore. Lines are settling, rotations are shortening, and every possession feels like it all matters. We break down the key moments from week 3, who's hot, who's not, and what these early trends actually mean moving forward. Not just the box score watching, but real league context. Let's get into it. We got and make another questionable financial decision because the per diem is already gone. This episode of Loose Mesh podcast is brought to you by our lead sponsor, Gatt Wealth Management. For all your wealth, insurance, and protection needs, give Nathan and his team at Gatt Wealth a call. Gatt Wealth, helping you plan, protect, and prosper. Please note, Gatt Wealth Management is not responsible for any gains or losses. Past returns are indicative of future results. Boys, what's going on before we jump into the series of games that we had? Finally, the NLL season is now back.
Frick, I gotta go first.
Yeah,
it's official now, Frick.
All about you. All about you.
It's not every single one of them anymore. I now have one ref I like. You gotta find it, but I have one ref I now like.
It's got it. It's
Totally.
got to be the girl.
Raise your arm for me right now and pinch your arm. Pinch your hand. I want to make sure that you're alive and well.
Yeah.
I tell you what's not well is his internet connection right now.
Is it? No,
your internet connection is horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
I sounded good. I sounded good on the last time. You said I sounded rough, and I sounded perfect. So are our guys real good at fixing it in Toronto? Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that's just the Magic Man Cam Mancini making you sound a lot better than you are.
Well, hey, it's a good thing you can do something.
Hey, so let's talk about something real important here. How was Linda's birthday?
Linda's birthday was really, really good. As usual, Olivia Toll took over, and she kind of has leads. I don't know where she gets it from, but we were about all the 60 and 70-year-olds were about 5-6 shots deep before we even went to the pub crawl, and she was a long night. And now good old Linda has blamed her pneumonia. I mean, her hangover / everything, and just got back from the doctor. She got pneumonia now. So day after, on her 70th birthday, she got pneumonia.
What a battler! Just battles through the pneumonia just so she can have an excellent 70th birthday. Well done, Liv Toll. Couple snaps for Liv Toll. Couple snaps.
Oh yeah.
And then we get to talk about a great weekend of lacrosse.
Yeah. No, I know. Linda's got to get well soon. A lot of laundry to be done.
Alrighty, boys. Let's do the recap of week 3. Ottawa punched first and then finish it. Jeff Teat was on demon time. 4 goals, 9 points, ball on the string, controlling everything. Saskatchewan made a big push in the third and actually flipped the game for a minute, but Ottawa slammed the door with a 6-goal fourth quarter run. Jeff Teat, Rob Hellier, and Larson Sundown took turns burying them late. Totally. 500 points, the fastest player to 500 points, beating John Grant Jr., John Tavares, Gary Gate, and the last one was Garrett Billings.
Like those are some names you just be like some names. And obviously, I mean, he took over. I watched the game start to finish. He took over, and that's what stars do. And I mean, he was lights out. Like his shots, honestly, I told my son and every boy that wants to watch a kid play that never gets hit, that he goes through the middle, but he's never hiding on the boards ever in his life. And he just is always around the ball. He never gets hit. Even when you try to hit the guy, you can't hit him. And he's just, I can't say enough about the kid, man. He's got it all. Like, he's just got it.
Like, you know what the other thing is? The other thing, Fricky, too, is like John Grant Jr., I believe it was 2004, 2003, when he only played those 4 games and had 35 points. It was something along those lines. But anyhow, he's the only guy that has led his team. He's the only guy. John Grant Jr. is the only guy that has led his team every single year. Other than that, it's Jeff Teat. Jeff Teat has done it every single year, led his team. He's had, if you want to talk about Ottawa not getting to the playoffs, well, you have to have run support, and Jeff Teat has been the guy since day one.
He's been the guy since U13 lacrosse, right? So this is
very true. Very true.
This isn't anything new for Jeffrey. And the thing is, Toller, you're going to know this just as well as I do, and because we both coached against him in junior. I remember when he came to Iroquois Park, and I go to Willie, I go hey, I've never seen him play. Is he as good as everybody says? And Willie just kind of, in true Willie fashion, he chuckles, and I go, so what are we going to do? He goes, hope everybody else doesn't go off. And I go what do you mean? He goes there's nothing you can do. You can't game plan him. And we had a guy, Ian McKinnon, who he was nails, and he went out there and just two-handed him as hard as I've seen somebody get two-handed in a long time, right across the arm. And he came back to the bench, and Willie just looks at him and goes what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, what? Just let him go to sleep. Just let him sleep. And that's the thing with Jeff is, if you try and bully him, he's just going to burn you. If you leave him alone, he's just going to burn you. There's really nothing you can do. And he truly showed on why he's such a superstar, because as you said, Doss, he decided he wanted to take over the game, and he did.
Yeah, and the other thing too, Frick, is he's playing defense now too, man. And did you see the block that he made with his stick? He's going on both sides. I want to know the amount of time that he was on the floor. It has to be plus. Well, it has to be in the 35s, high 35s.
And that's another thing too.
I don't think he's ever got off the floor.
I tell our guys in junior, there's 8 of them, and in the NLL, there's only 7 of them. And I guarantee you, they probably, whatever they go with, Jeff Teat almost plays every single shift. Every single shift. Every single shift. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable to watch.
Yeah. Let's jump over to Philly versus Colorado. This one was decided in the crease. Nick Demude stole the show straight up. Colorado peppered Philly with 60 shots. Demude just kept saying no. Calm, square, zero panic. That's a goalie winning you a game. Colorado battled hard, but they were clearly missing Mr. Clutch, Andrew Q. You could feel it. Possessions where they needed a dagger and no one quite grabbed it. Philly didn't dominate, they survived, and sometimes that's enough.
And Nick Demude is just kind of doing the Warren Hill routine and shutting everybody up, right? It's we all had, and I'll be guilty of it, we all had questions on him. I don't know why I had a question on him, but I saw him play in the President's Cup. He was nails. And so, but we all, it's the young shiny new toy, and you got the young shiny new toy, and Deacon not sitting there just waiting to steal the net. But Nick just looks at him and says, "Not so easy, young buck." Right? You got a couple more months to wait, maybe a couple more years to wait before I give this up. But what a show by them. And again, as much as I love being a talking head, I love being shut up twice as much. And the Philadelphia Wings absolutely just shut the fuck up at everybody, right? Everybody's like, oh, they might win 2, 3, 4 games. Everybody's already crowning Colorado after week 1 because they beat Vancouver. And it's just, this is this league, right? Ottawa beats Sask, nobody's seen it. Philly beats Colorado, nobody's seen it. That's a beautiful thing about this league, and it's probably the most parity league that there is out of the major sports, air quotes.
Well, I would think Q makes a big difference in that game, big time. Melkson think he tried to do too much. No offense to some of those guys, but Colorado probably had 2 or 3 guys that it was tight sled. And I mean, again, but it's the old scenario too, where you know what, back when that team from Texas was folding, maybe the two guys in out west, if they would have called maybe their best buddy at the time and said, "Hey, who should we probably take? What's this guy like? You've coached both of them now for 3 years. Who should we take?" Like, no offense to Jonathan Donville, great player, great leader, but hey, Jonathan Donville can't win you games by himself. Nicky Demuth can win you games by yourself, and it's plain and simple. Jonathan Donville's a great player, but goalies that play like that are great players, and that's the difference, plain and simple.
Well,
I'd
and
love to
like
see where we were.
I feel like I feel like that might have been Willie's number one regret. Like if he had to look back and you give him the true serum, like that's got to be his number one regret, right? Like you know, because that's his Achilles heel right now is he can't get a stop. And
Yeah,
we'll talk about that one a little bit later, right? He can't get a stop. And Donnie had a great week. But if you're ranking the stars of the week, it's Nick Demuth 8 days a week over Jonathan Donville, and that's consistent.
Yeah, and that's
how about
sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Tolly.
No, I was going to say just Philly though overall. Philly overall, like again, it's even if you go back and watch this year to last year, watch their ball movement was better, I thought, in Philadelphia. Their ball movement. Joe Rezateris didn't have his usual 20 shots. He was going in the middle, playing this pick and roll game with Sammy Leclerc. They looked good. The new guy from Richmond looked good out there too, playing his role. Now it's by committee, you know what I mean? Now it's by committee all of a sudden, and they're getting Fennell had a great game. Now they're getting guys chipping in 2-3 here everywhere. And again, maybe the difference is this year too. Pat McCready's got another year under his belt, and now it's, hey, Nicky, where do you want the shots coming from? Like, that's the biggest key with a goalie like Nicky. And I've coached him for 3 years in Panther City. If Nicky knows where the shots are coming from, he's going to be there. But all of a sudden you start doing different things and Nicky doesn't know what's coming, Nicky's going to be poo-poo. I'll just tell you that right now. And that's the difference.
And that offense just looks like a makeshift version of Tracy Kaluski. Like they're all running around, they're all banging bodies, they're all being maniacs, they're controlling pace, they're doing the shitty things that nobody wants to do, they're getting to the hard places that nobody wants to get to. And again, like I don't know why this surprises me. Is because you look at that bench and you look at that leadership group. You have Paul Day, who is one of the greatest builders of all time. You have Tracy Kaluski, who I've got to watch coach. I've got to play against while they coached, and he's obviously an NLL Hall of Famer. Your boy Rubes is obviously, like, I don't know him well, but he's obviously legit if he's an NLL coach and a junior A coach for as long as he's been. And then Pat McCready. Like, it's just it's an embarrassment of riches behind the bench. So I don't know why I was thinking that they might be shit, but like it's and then like we're not even talking about like what's going on with Blaze, and is he going to be back and what he's going to add to that lineup, and then another year of Michael Sowers. Like that offense could be underhand or what's the word undercover legit. Right, like they could be legit without true.
Now, but realistically, is now TK has overhauled that offense with obviously the approval of Rubel and Day to where now it's 8 guys that are listening to what he says, and if they don't listen to what he says, guess where they're going?
See ya.
Up in the stand.
See ya.
So now they're all buying in. From the young, like now he's got Young's a young guy. He's buying in. Friggin' O'Neill's buying in. Look, even Fennell's not a young guy, but you know what? Fennell wants to be in the lineup. Guess what he's doing? You're buying in. You know what I mean?
And
now you got guys.
He looked good.
Whoa, wait,
he looked good.
One thing on Fennell, man, like take off the leggings or get some shoes because black on black is not a good look. I'm just saying that.
He kind of looked like, and you know, like as the world famous in his own mind, Jason Clark will tell you, you know, black shoes make you look slow. Right, so the black shoes, the black leggings, the black brace, like
Uncle Frick. What team could use a big lefty like Fennell, eh? Oh, wonder what team could use that guy. Oh,
we'll get into that. Hey, let's recap though. Like back in 2024, Paul Day traded Zach Higgins to Ottawa for a 2027 first round pick, Phil Caputo and Liam Patton. Like, and he got Nick Demuth in the dispersal draft, right? Like that's like Demuth coming on the top right now too is like he could also be moved. Like there is some rumblings like Demuth could be moved later this year, I guess. Yeah, well, but the thing is, totally, it's fair, right? Like if you move Demuth and get another first rounder, especially in 2026 and 2027 draft, as we already talked about, you get that in, you're just blustering Philly's roster for the next couple of years.
I'm gonna give you a little information though. If Nick keeps playing like that, he's not gonna get traded. Just give a little heads up from Tully.
No.
That's what's gonna happen.
No chance. There is. I can't see it. No, I can't. I can't see it.
Do you do it for the benefit of like the franchise, though, right? Like you do have
you got to make the playoffs this year. You got to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
you think that roster's making playoffs though?
You do have Deacon Knott, yeah, but you know exactly what you have with Nick Demuth. Deacon Knott's 23. He's 23 years old. Right? Like I have a feeling he's going to be legit. Toller has a feeling he's going to be legit. Paul Day has a feeling. Kaluski has a feeling, but they don't know. You know Nick Demuth is legit.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're doing anything for the betterment of your franchise, it's trading Deacon. Because anybody's going to take a flyer on Deacon. It's like you're telling me right now, if they go to Willie and say, hey, give me Landon Kells and a first-round pick, and we'll give you Deacon and a throw-in piece. Willie's not jumping at that with the promise of what Deacon Knott could be.
I don't know, man. Do you risk another, or if you're Willie, you're wanting to get Nick Demuth, right?
But you're not getting him. You're not getting him with the performance that he puts up consistently week after week. You're not getting Nick Demuth.
If I'm Philly, I just don't want to be that team. Like I'll bring the Roughnecks who always are in the mix, but never in the final. You know what I mean? There's always those teams who are always in the mix, but never in the final. Like you look at the Calgary Flames of the world, they're always in the mix, but never in the final. Like you have to rebuild in order to get better. And I just think that's one spot that might hurt them if they don't move off Demuth.
What would you rather be in the playoffs consistently every year, or make the finals once every 5?
And Doss, we've said this from day one. You show me a good goalie, I'll show you a good coach. How about this week's game? What goalie played better every game? Who won?
Yeah.
It's simple.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Yeah. Let's jump over to Toronto versus Calgary. Bringing up Calgary. Calgary controlled most of the night. Noah Manning and Tanner Kirk were rolling. Base was good. Roughnecks had the game exactly where they wanted, and Toronto flipped the switch. The Rock dropped 5 goals in the 4th. This was a wave after wave. Dalek finally showed up with Owen Hiltz and Chris Boucher. Calgary tied it late. Oshawa and Toronto answered immediately. Nick Rose didn't seal it, but he shut the door when it mattered the most, especially in this one after a week 2 performance.
Yeah, I don't understand this game at all, because you turn it on and Calgary's winning, and then you look away for a couple of minutes and they're tied, but they're controlling the whole game. And you start watching for a little bit, then they go up by 2, they go up by 3. You go and you wash a couple dishes, or you let the dog out, you come back and they're tied. But still, Calgary's controlling the whole game. At one point, I thought Calgary was up by like 4 or 5, and I looked down at the ticker and it's tied. Like,
I mean,
that game didn't make any sense. Like,
it's them being young.
Toronto shouldn't have been in the game. Like, there's like, who's the young team though? Like, Calgary's young, but so is Toronto.
Yeah, I get that. I think Calgary's more young than Toronto in this point, but like again, you have a more of a veteran presence in the net, and Walshy has to make those saves. And right now he let one go by in Sask and let one now go by in
What
Toronto.
was the score of that game? What was the score of that final? Goss, what was the score of that game? Final score.
In that game?
Yeah.
11-10.
No.
11-10.
11-10. Yeah. What did we say last week about Calgary that they're going to win?
12 is their number.
Yeah.
12 is their number. 12 is their number.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Yeah. 12 is their number. The defense kept them under
I'm
12.
gonna bring this up, Jolie. How much more of a runway is Toronto going to give to Nick Rose before they go to Holochuk?
Like I feel like I almost called that one going into this week though, right?
Yeah.
Like he's got to be a lot better.
They will never do it. They don't got the kahunas. No chance. No chance.
You're telling me that you think Jamie Dowick is afraid to stir the pot? That's like saying I'm not a mouthpiece.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying he's not scared to. I'm not saying he's not scared to stir the pot. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is Sam English better be on a lot of consideration for Rookie of the Year because that guy is all over the floor. ×2.
You gotta.
Yeah. Do you think that continues when TD gets back though? Because a lot of his time play is on the face-off team and on the loose ball team, right? So it's between him and
TD Erlin.
Yeah, TD's just taking face-offs.
Sammy's taking face-offs and he's out in the scrums and he's getting caught on D. Like that's what I mean. Like where do you slot him in?
Sammy's on the ball team. Sammy's on the ball team, 110%. When TD Erlin's back, Sammy English is on the ball team. Guaranteed. He
has to be.
Who are the young guys? He's a young guy that could go. He can run all day long. So I'm not saying other guys can't, but like, do you want Brad Cree out there as much as Sam English on faceoffs? No, let Brad Cree go out there when he wants to go out there. That's what I mean. Like that's what young guys are for. That's what they're there for. Give the older guys a little break. He's full of piss and vinegar. Go get him now, kid. The kid's in phenomenal shape. They didn't hire his dad for nothing. Get him in better shape. What else you want to do? Let's go.
Yeah, 100%. Halifax versus Buffalo, the rivals of the Toronto Rock.
Pat yourself on the back.
The first quarter, blast from the past. Daniel Ansbury, friend of the pod, the original 30-second shift man, parked right in front of the best seat in the house where the boys went to work. Buffalo jumped early. Halifax stayed patient. Warren Hill stood tall once again. And when it got to OT, Clark Peterson said, "Good night." So you like that, Selly? Like, how much more is he going to get fined now? Like, he got fined last year, $500 for that one.
He's probably getting 15. He's probably getting 15. He did it.
Twice.
He did it 3 times after he scored the final goal, and then he did it once when he scored that goal that kind of should have counted but didn't count. Yeah. But like it was close. It was close. Right, yeah. But that's like
being paid. Hey, Frankie, that's being paid by a brown paper bag delivered on Wednesday night.
Oh yeah, he doesn't care at all. But like this game pissed me off. And yeah, I nailed the Amesbury thing, but he was out there to fight Paul Dawson. Everybody in the world knows that he wants to fight Paul Dawson. Paul Dawson apparently big-timed him 5, 6, 7, however many years ago it was in the Man Cup, telling him that, hey, you're a bum. You're never going to make the Pro League. If you make the Pro League, I'll fight you there. Okay, so this is why Amesbury, from what all my street sources are telling me, this is why Amesbury wanted to play the game. Okay.
Wow.
So if a Muppet like me knows that, then it's obviously known around the league. If I know that, Micah Kersey knows that. If I know that, Kurt Stiers knows that. So why else was he brought on the game? Okay, so they let him start the game. He plays the first or the second defensive shift of the game, and then he's the Ryan McMichael grocery stick for the rest of the game. He didn't even sniff the floor for the rest of the game. Okay, so two problems.
Walk around during TV timeouts.
2 problems with this I have right now. 1, if you're putting him in the lineup, throw him out the front door. Let him go make a mockery of the game and grab Dawson and do his show in front of 18,000 people, which would have been must-see TV. Everybody on the goddamn Twitter box was talking about Daniel Amesbury starting this game. Okay? Yeah. 2, if you're not going to let him go and do that, why are you taking an opportunity away from a guy like Austin Blumbergs or a guy like Will McLeod or all of the other, and I'm not saying Daniel's not skilled, and I love the guy to death, there's a million better options. Like this,
Well,
like
hey.
this,
Yeah,
it didn't make sense. And you're hold on, Tor. You're hindering your team by bringing off one defensive guy. So instead of running 6 and 12, you're now running 6 and 11.
No, they're only allowed to dress 17. You're only allowed to dress 17.
Okay, so 6 and 6. So they went
18. You're
6
right.
and
6
and 10. Yeah, it's 18.
No,
it's 18.
No, it's 17. It's 17. Yeah, it's 7 and 10. You always dress 7 and 10. It's 17.
Okay, but they didn't dress 7. That's what I'm saying. They only had 6 at the front door, and then they had 11 on the back. And so you're going, yeah. But like you're losing a body, a capable body.
But hey, they just beat Buffalo in Buffalo, and you know what though, Rick? Hey, how much bigger were all those old guys playing, knowing that hey, Priolo, give me a little slash. But the thing was, everyone in the world, and me included, was hoping somebody blow somebody out in this game. Come on, 10-1. Come on, 9-goal run. Because then it would have been shabang. It would have been a show to remember. But the tight game,
I heard he's gonna be in Toronto, so there's
he's gotta be in Toronto for Gasher.
For what? For what? They're gonna play him. But they're gonna. He didn't get the chance.
You just beat the 3-time champ. You just beat the 3-time champ.
But he did get it. I'm not arguing that, idiot. Shut up for a second. I'm not arguing who won. I'm not arguing. Yeah, we all know what you're saying. I'm not arguing who won. I'm arguing why are you going to put him out there? Why are you going to put him out there to sit in the middle of the bench? Shut up for a second. Fuck.
Cheerleader. He's cheerleading the team.
Shut up. Shut up.
I know because I disagree.
Shut up. Why are you going to play him if he's not? Why are you going to bring him if he's not going to play? How many hockey games did he miss this weekend to go and sit on the bench? Yeah. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for him to be used as a PR stunt when he thought he was going there to play, and they literally sat him in the bench for 59 minutes and 30 seconds. He thought he was going. Of course he thought he was going to go do his job.
You officially talked to him, and he thought he was going to play. You talked to him, and he thought he was going to play.
He thought he was going out there to do a job. Yes.
And he said, "I'm going there. I'm going to be playing in Buffalo. I want to play."
He says, I'm going out there to do a job, yes. Whether or not how many times he's going to get on the floor, I know he's realistic. But the point is they didn't even allow him the opportunity to go and do what he thought he was there to do.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'm going to give him a shot on defense or whatever, or slow him with the Odor. I agree.
No.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is watch the lineup, and I don't think who do they play next? Don't say Toronto.
I believe they are in.
They got to have a week off. I know one thing. Mr. Getty's not playing anytime soon.
No.
They have a week off. They don't play until week 5 when they're in Sask.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's not playing there. All right, let's jump over to Oshawa versus Georgia. Same story. Oshawa versus Georgia.
Oh.
Same story, different night for Oshawa. They got 55 of them, but couldn't buy a goal. Brett Dawson stood on his head again with 51 saves, but you can't ask your goalie to be perfect every night. Georgia stayed patient and won the special teams battle and let Shane Jackson and Lyle Thompson do grown man things late. Fourth quarter, all swarm.
Well, I want to go first for one thing. How about guys that are on the podcast?
You've gone first every time.
No, okay. Guys on the podcast, do they go lights out the following week or what? Hey, hello. You're welcome, Dobson. You're welcome, Eddie Como. You're welcome. You're welcome, boys. Welcome to our show, and here you go. Merry Christmas. But hey, so I did a little thing. Guess what? Oshawa's power play is this year
0.
1 for 15.
Yeah, they're terrible. It's the Josh Colley play. They're all just standing outside and shooting the ball. It's honestly terrible. They have zero movement. They have zero penetration through the middle. They have zero going to set a jam pick on a guy. Everybody's just shooting off their back foot from the outside. It doesn't make sense on what the fuck they're doing there.
Did you go collect your $100? You still your $100 still in the middle of the floor in Georgia?
It's still there. Yeah.
Is it still there?
I sent it. I sent it down with my boy Curtis Conley. I go, here, go throw this in the middle for your road guys. See if they want to go and get it. He brought it home with me. I saw it in an envelope at my door when I came in. Embarrassing.
Well,
Rochester's averaging more goals than Oshawa has, and they've played 3 games.
Yeah, so are the Oshawa Outlaws of the Arena League, for Christ's sakes.
Well, it's like the point too, where like if I like Dougie Jameson, Dougie Jameson is one of the nicest guys you're ever going to meet. Dougie Jameson is one of the nicest guys you're ever going to meet. And if I'm Dougie Jameson, I'm 1-2, and I've been lights out in all 3 games. He's been fabulous. Like, he's been great, and he's got no help. No help. And did you see, too, they took 5 penalties, good old Oshawa, 3 holding, 2 legal changes. Bad.
We'll get into referees here.
They might, you know what they might do? Wait. You know what they might do, McMichael? They did it last year when they started off rough. The only professional team ever to switch the O and the D code.
No firing, but switching them.
Switch them again. Only professional league where you can switch the O and the D coach twice.
How hot is Clarkie's seat right now?
Oh, I don't know how hot. Like
it's lukewarm. It's lukewarm.
Well,
it's not. You're not
lucky they played the game. Yeah.
You're not gassing. You're not gassing Clem and not getting rid of Clarkie and Gibby as well. You can't just gas the one.
Well, the good thing is this is what I looked at though. Wait, Doss. This is the good thing. No, the good thing is you've scored 5 goals and 2 goals your last 2 games, and you only get to play against Del Bianco this week, so it should get easier.
It will definitely get easier, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And like Vancouver's defense isn't big and mean, and they kind of they allow you to come in through the middle pretty easy, right?
Cool.
So
cool. If CoolBet was doing the odds, I say Vancouver's favored by 4.5.
I think if CoolBet was doing odds right now and we set the over under at getting through the middle at 10, this would be the only time I'd take the under.
Yeah. Holy God, they got it. Clarkie's. Well, I tell you one thing. I don't know about how. Sorry, go ahead, Doss.
Yeah, his seat's lukewarm. His seat is lukewarm. It might not be hot yet, but it's like, you know how you have the 3 settings on your car seat to get it like to your seat warmer. Yeah. Like he's on setting 1. He's on setting 1. Like it's warm. It's getting warm.
Yeah.
Go and jump on this Vancouver money line -145, and the handicap for that one is plus or minus 1.5. Over under is 23 on coolbet.com. So
okay. Are we talking?
I would go.
But I just want to say, I had one buddy text me after the Vancouver Vegas game, because I had one buddy text me. He's like, we only bet 100 on it. He's like, why did we not bet $1 million on Vancouver? Like, why?
Totally. Before we jump into that game, I sent a text message earlier this morning to like one of my source in Oshawa, and I just said, hey, like, how hot is Oshawa right now? And they're like, what do you mean, the city or the team? I said, man, I'm talking about the team. And he said, I feel like some people are about to push the panic button. We're within a couple. We're like, they said, we'll see what this week goes with Vancouver, but there's definitely going to be some changes by time. Maybe
why are you waiting till after proverbial the best team in the league to press the panic button? If you're waiting to after this week to press the panic button, you got to start smashing it.
Hey, McMichael, if they called me and offered me the job, I'd say, I'll wait till after this week, then I'll take the job. I'll wait. Give me one more week and then I'll take over.
Yeah. Like, wait, if you're waiting till after this week to push the panic button, you got to start smashing it now, because it's not getting any easier. Okay. You got the video assassin Kurt Malowski. You got the lacrosse nerd Rob Williams, and one of the most knowledgeable guys in the game of lacrosse in Slip. Like they're gonna pick you apart on video and find every single one of your weaknesses, and there is a lot.
Hey, Vancouver, just let them shoot from the outside, because their shooting percentage is terrible. And Del Bianco should stop the ball. Don't even defend the middle, because they won't even go to the middle. Just defend the outside. You're all good there. All right, Vancouver versus Las Vegas. The battle of the offseason, biggest buyers turned into a statement game. Vancouver punched early, blew it wide open in the middle frames. Never let Vegas breathe. Keegan Ball, Adam Sharpenbees were cooking. The ball was moving, and Del Bianco slammed the door. Vegas had flashes, and this one showed the difference between spending money and actually having it click. Warriors look like a team already knows who they are.
Go ahead, Frick. I'll let you go first.
Thanks, Toller. You're the best, man. Like, I don't care what I don't care what they say about you. I like you. You're a good guy. I think this was just the start of what Vancouver's offense is going to bring to the table. Like that ball was humming east-west. They were active coming off the bench, right? It wasn't dying in one stick, and they weren't just kind of sweeping the top. And I hate to give them credit, but Toller said they got to get the ball a little bit lower, and they did, and they got the defense's backs turned, and then they attacked off the bench. And I just think that, again, like I think Kurt's one of the best minds in the game. I think nobody studies the game more than Kurt. And it's just like you see all of the systematical shit that they do, like the double seals off the benches, the single seals off the benches, the quick hits. Like they're slow, they're controlled, they got a good tempo in their offense, and the more they just get acclimated with each other, and the more they play the game with each other, the better off they're going to be. And this offense is going to be so much fun to watch.
Yeah, and it's
what. Go ahead, Toby.
I was just going to say, like, again, I probably had 5 or 6 messages and maybe some from old coaches of the team, but, like, hey, offense wasn't our problem. Let's solve our problem. It's going to be, it's just painful to watch. And I like some of the guys too, but, it's just hard to watch. It's hard.
You know what? We were just talking about Oshawa. I think going into, week 4, if you could take a page out of Vegas when the game started opening up for Vegas, and that's when they got, aggressive. Hammer got aggressive right off the face-off of, I don't remember who they dragged into a fight and started fighting a draft. But, if Oshawa can get them to go into the nitty-gritty, piss off maybe Curtis Dixon again, he took that hit against Drew Belgrave. Maybe you get him pissed off, and maybe you get the team pissed off. Maybe Oshawa has a chance, but Warriors got to be able to present the situation and be able to, take the game one step at a time. And I still have doubts with the penalty trouble there.
But outside of if we're moving on to next week, outside of Mike Byrne, Oshawa doesn't have anybody that's going to take a run. He hasn't taken a run at a guy in a year and a half.
No.
He hasn't showed 1 ounce of jam in the last 2 weeks.
Someone has to step up though, Frick. Someone has to step up.
Somebody had to 2 weeks ago. Somebody had to last week.
Yeah.
After I said this after the Halifax game. After that game, there is a 0% chance if there's 5 minutes left, I'm finishing that game on the floor. After that performance in Halifax, there's a 0% chance I'm not taking a 5-minute roughing or a 5-minute fighting penalty 5 minutes into that game. Like we all have seen Shorzy set the fucking tone. Go out there and just jam the shit out of somebody. If you're Alex Simmons on your first shift of the game, go out there and just absolutely obliterate somebody on a back pick and turn to your bench and say, "Wake the fuck up, let's go." Like there's no emotion with Oshawa. So it's I don't get what they're doing. I don't get it.
We'll quickly jump in this one because the biggest story of this one, of the whole entire week, Ryan Hartley. What a performance. Like, oh my goodness. Like, totally, that save that he made, what was the quote that he went from something from oopsies to ecstasy?
Oopsie to ecstasy. Connor Perkins with the call of the year. That was epic. That was epic.
That was
absolutely epic.
But I tell you one thing. Again, as soon as Better seen that Corey Small and them were out of the lineup, I'm not saying anything, but I might have threw down a little something on that one for an easy money maker, and Rochester on the money line was easy. Now,
You owe me
unfortunately,
a little bit of that. You owe me a little bit of that, Tolly.
yeah. And I did because you
Look
checked
at
back. But it was
look at Selfish Sam over there making solo bets. We bet as a group every other bet, and it was Selfish Sam making solo
I don't
bets.
make the bet. Hey, I don't make the bet. Mojo and I were making the bet. Mojo made the bet because we had a side.
4 pound.
Mojo said
4 pound. 5 ounce.
Mojo said
largemouth.
Mojo said San Diego was going to win. So I bet Mojo. Mojo said San Diego was going to win.
You're balked.
He's dumb. But no, Hartley was ridiculous. Hartley was ridiculous. Hey, you knew whom I'm giving? Oh, we'll do this later. But I tell you who was bringing back the ages. Ian Lord that game. What a crippler on the break.
I'm still mad at him for about the summertime. I can't cheer for him yet. It's too soon.
Too soon. Where'd he play in the summer?
He didn't. Oh yeah. He coached in the
spanked,
summer.
He bent you over and spanked you in the finals. That's right too. Sorry, my bad.
Fuck. Still too soon. I love the guy. Great guy. It's amazing to see what he's doing at 40, 41, 42 years old, but I just can't cheer. I can't.
You see him block that shot with his head? See when they took him on, he jumped up. He's
amazing. He's a god. I got a hard time getting out of bed if I go for a run, and he's out there soaking shots off of his dome, for Christ's sakes. Like he's a year younger than me, maybe 2 years younger than me. Like it's ridiculous. Like I don't understand how these guys do it.
Fricky, while we're waiting for our guest to jump in here, man, I have to say, this new Buffalo Bandit rule, this blocking the shots in the crease, the 67.1, it is fucking stupid. I hate it. You like, let the guys play defense by letting block shots. I totally understand if you're not going to let a guy put his stick in act like a goalie.
100%. You're wrong.
Right, totally, man.
You're wrong.
I totally, man.
Go check the guy. How about you drag your feet and go check the guy? How about you go check a guy?
In hockey, when you played hockey, were you not blocking shots?
I'm going to shoot the ball. You're watching me. Just going to go stand beside your goalie and go like
shoot
this.
The ball, man.
I'd shoot the ball so far. I'd shoot the ball so hard at your fucking balls.
I hate it.
I wouldn't even care. I'd fall through.
Do it, man. It's not.
If guys got to go to work. Guys got to go to work on them in the morning.
That's
your buddy. But that's your buddy. You gotta have respect. You gotta have respect for the game, and you gotta have respect for the guy that has to go to work on. How are you gonna feel if you put one off of Paul Dawson's throat and he can't provide for his family?
Don't stand there.
It's his job.
Hate that.
Mr. Cornfield, how's it going?
Good fellas, it's shaking.
I gotta plug my computer in. Hold on.
We're just talking about, the Buffalo Bandit rule. What's your take on it before we jump into things?
Torto's on my side, guarantee.
I fucking like it.
You like it?
I like it.
Told ya.
Yeah. I just don't know, man. Like if some guy wants to stand there and block the shot, just let him block the shot.
Yeah, they can still block it from outside of the crease. I mean, what do me and Toller know? We're only 100% versus Buffalo, but
yeah, I know. That's all we do is beat Buffalo. Yeah.
1 for 1.
We played it once in 3 years.
Stash is hopping on right now too. So just to give you a little bit of background here before he hops on. So he's the one that's kind of been spearheading this. So, you can kind of direct a lot of it. He's bringing me on just to kind of help him get, whatever's needed with the league and what have you. But I would direct most of the stuff to him. So
yeah.
All my questions are going to be for you, Jordo. Every single one of them. Every fucking one of them.
I don't mind that.
Well, let's jump into it real quick. I think, there's three guys that in here that know Edmonton pretty well. Chris, you played in 06. Jordan, you played in 06. Toll, you played in 2012. Let's start. Why is Edmonton a good spot of coming back for the National Lacrosse League?
Stash?
Well, I mean, I think it's a good I think it's a good spot to come back because I think there's a fan base here that we could pick up pretty quick, and I think that if we can get OEG to run the team and run the program, we have a great facility and a great management team and marketing team that can probably take it to the next level here in Edmonton. When the Rush were here originally, as everyone else knows, it was under different ownership group, and that ownership group weren't the best of friends with the Oilers group. And so when they were both tenants at Northlands Coliseum, there was a bit of friction between them. Once the Oilers went and built their own arena, there really was nowhere for the Rush to go. So they moved, and it turned out great for them in Saskatchewan. But I think Edmonton's ready for a team.
I think when you look at
one of the
when
top
the
5 or
Flames
6
took
franchises
over,
in the league
from Brad down in Calgary, look at they're up 14, 15, 16,000, right? They just get to market within their internal groups, which helped out a lot. So,
and I would just say too, it's, to me, look at all the teams that are owned by the NHL team or whatever. Like they're in great shape. Why? Because you own the building, you own everything. Like you're in a great spot. Like you're in a great spot where you own the concession. Look at the teams that got to move here and move there because of whatever. They just love the game. Like when you got that thing and you can make it happen, which Slash and Jordan are trying to do, like just those little things go such a long way. And to me, like I said, I think it'd be great in Edmonton. And what did we average, or Jordan? What was the average fan base there a year?
300.
Yeah, Stash, I think it was.
Yeah, we were over 8,000 for the 10 years that they were here. And Toller, to your point, unless you've been to Edmonton, I don't think anyone in the NLL realizes the facility that is here. There's nothing else like it in North America right now that the NLL is playing in. The hotels joined to the rink, the restaurants are joined to the rink, the practice facility is within the building. It's it's going to be different than any other market where the guys get dropped off on Thursday or Friday and they don't have to leave the facility till they leave for the airport. There's not going to be busing to practices, busing to restaurants. Everything is in the facility at the ice district.
I'm not too familiar with it. So what exactly does that entail, and how should fans be excited about this Unboxed coming to Edmonton?
Well, I think the fans should be excited because it's a regular season game. So it means something to the players. It means something to the standings in the playoffs. So, it'll be a regular season game that you would expect in any other regular season market. I'm excited for Georgia because I think there's going to be a bigger fan base for this event than maybe they get at all their regular home games. It helps that the Roughnecks are coming up from Calgary, so we're hoping some of their fans travel. But our goal is to hopefully fill the lower bowl, which is just under 10,000. And, we want the fans to come out because this is the one shot we get as a litmus test.
Do you have any extracurricular going on, or any other
back in Edmonton
themes or anything for the after party, anything special that way or before, or for the fans or anything like that?
Toller's just wondering about the after party because we're thinking about making the trip. So he wants to know where to plant roots already.
Toller already knows where all the places to go in Edmonton are. You don't have to worry about that.
That's the scary part about us going, is we got to ride Toller's coattails.
It wouldn't be the first time, but go ahead, Stash.
No, it definitely would not be the first time.
Yeah, we haven't planned the after party yet, but what the league's trying to do on a grassroots level is get some camps here, maybe the day of the game or the day after, with some of the indigenous groups and some of the local clubs as well. It'll be like a regular game. There'll be an after party. There'll be signings on the floor after all that.
Well, I'm just going to say it, not because I was thinking of it, but also if you're going to go full experience,
you'll be able to stay.
What cheerleaders are you going to have?
Party.
I'm just saying.
You know what? I don't know the answer to that. You'd have to ask the commissioner and maybe Brian Lemon.
I was saying
who they're bringing, who Georgia's bringing. I don't know if they're bringing.
We
don't have local.
You got time for auditions.
I can tell you that.
You definitely have time for auditions. Toller can head out a week early and help you out if you need, Stash.
Let's jump on this for a little bit here. We have Calgary owns the team. Colorado owns their team. I believe, like, I live in Edmonton, so I understand this, and I understand the past history with the Rush being here before. The only way this works, in your opinion, is if the OEG is owning the team?
100%, 100%. One of the problems before was, that you're paying an arena lease if you're a third party tenant. You're not getting any of the parking or the concessions, the merch. You might get the merch, but you're probably splitting a percentage. I think that's the only way, unless it's a real deep pocketed owner, which we don't have that many in Edmonton, for the league to grow and survive is to get into
kind of
cities
talk us
with
through the
NHL
process
ownership.
on how you guys came to get this game in Edmonton this year.
Well, this has been a real long process, and Jordan's been around since the very start. So back in 2018, believe it or not, we reached out to the OEG group, but got in touch with them, and we were making some real good headway. We probably had 2 or 3 meetings down at their offices. We were in touch with the league at the time, and then we were to the point where we were going to get contracts signed, NDAs signed, so that Jordan and I could discuss between the league and OEG about getting an actual franchise. So initially, that was the whole premise of this, is we wanted to bring a franchise back. Of course, COVID hit. Literally the day we were talking about finalizing our contracts, and we lost the next 2 years. We kept in OEG's ear to try and keep them interested. Once we kind of got settled here back in the real world and life started getting back to normal, we started getting into deeper discussions with them. But at this point, they decided they wanted to do a litmus test as opposed to talk about looking at a franchise. So when the league came out with that first unboxed game in Montreal, we thought, hey, this is perfect. Let's get OEG interested in doing something like this and prove that it works here, with the hope that ownership sees the value in getting an extra 9 or 10 dates during their season in their building.
Oh, like the Oilers, like group they're doing their homework, right? Are they still asking you guys different questions about them doing their homework? Like, obviously they're not just going to jump in, or they're seeing around the league. They got their guys looking in that thing. So are they giving you any insight of that they like things, they don't like certain things? Are they giving you any tips that way, Stash or Jordan, like that way? You know what I'm talking about, that?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's what it really comes down to dollars and cents for them, Toller. They are doing, and they've done their due diligence. Initially we presented them a bunch of budgets and what we thought. In the meantime, they've reached out and they've talked to Canucks ownership. They've talked to the Flames ownership. And so, they have a real good idea of what the numbers are. The biggest issue we heard from them, honestly, is that if the league played basically the summer, if they went from April to September when it wasn't during hockey season, they think every NHL team that owned their own building would have a franchise. And they think they could do a 40 game season if they ran it over the non-hockey time, right? And so I think they're looking at kind of the bigger picture on this. So that's the first time I kind of heard of that or thought of that, and it's starting to make a lot of sense.
Then it becomes full-time job, Stash,
maybe grow
right?
the
Then
league
you're
that way
full-time. You're playing 40 games. Then you're full-time job. Even the rookies, you're full-time.
Yeah.
Did you say that the league's looking at whether or not they could make it, or the Oilers group was looking at whether or not they could make it in the summertime?
Oilers.
Okay.
No, the Oilers. The Oilers group. The Oilers group said if this was a summer game, it would be a
because the
no-brainer.
number goes for 20 games
right away.
Oh, I get it, and I've been on the advocacy side of them switching into the summer and make summer look like our summer season as a feeder league, and make it so that we're not competing against hockey and basketball. Like, to me, it's crazy. It's crazy that somebody a lot smarter than me hasn't figured this out, that this game is not going to compete with hockey and it's not going to compete with basketball. So why are we trying to do it? Like the major thing you got to compete against. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that we continue to do it, and it's just lacrosse being lacrosse.
And I mean, that's one of the backstory that came from the new CBA that came out, is that they want to move to a 30-game schedule. They want to move to the summer. There's talks about, PLL and NLL switching. But I want to bring up two pools. One that came from the Lax Mag, voted by players, not the fans. The one was like, there's 62% of like players don't understand what the NL Unboxed is. What, other than bringing the game to the market, what else is the NL doing to grow the game in Edmonton?
Well, the big thing with the unboxed portion is they're looking to grow it from a grassroots level. So they're making a real effort to get in front of schools, get into schools, get in front of the Indigenous communities. And I think that's the only way we can grow it here. As you guys know, hockey has taken over 12 months a year now, so we can't rely on kids to leave hockey and come play lacrosse in the spring and summer. And so I think we need to get it into the schools, and we need to get it into the PE classes so that kids have sticks in their hands. And that's what the league is trying to, sort of wrap themselves around.
Do you know
getting
if they
into
have
new
attended
markets
to any
across
schools
North
locally?
America right now.
Yeah.
They have not yet. No, I think it's going to be that week of is when they'll be doing it. They've reached out. I know for sure they've reached out to all the schools.
So
I know
like
for sure they've reached out to all the minor
so
lacrosse
in your
programs.
elementary schools, they don't
but
have
they have
they don't
not.
teach
They're not
they
here.
don't teach lacrosse in that your schools down there, or have lacrosse down there? Because I know
They have the plastic sticks, but
yeah, I
that's
know
about
they got
it.
the plastic sticks. I know, but like also like
Nope.
when I lived in Oshawa, they had a tournament from every school, public school in Oshawa, and there was probably in the Durham region, about 75 schools come down to the Civic in Oshawa, and you play a 2-day tournament with like junior A guys were reffing, and it was lacrosse like hardcore. Like it was all of them playing outside, whatever. And then just to give it
public school,
little Evie and Turner Evans also had a thing running before where they used to go in schools and go to the school board, and you'd pay them to go around the schools and teach lacrosse to all the schools.
So our local governing body, the Greater Edmonton Lacrosse Council, they do have programs like that. The problem is the schools have to reach out, right? So you got to have a lacrosse guy who's teaching there or what have you to reach out, because they just don't have the resources to kind of put them in every school. I wish they did, and I think that's where the GLC can probably partner up with the Unboxed. I know that Dennis, right, Stash is his name. Yeah, sorry. So he's been reaching out and kind of putting the bug in their ear, trying to get this program going. So I think that between the two, they will partner, and I think it'll grow that way.
The second pool was taken by players voting, and 76% of the players believe Edmonton could support an NL team long term. Why do you think that players feel strongly about this market?
Sorry, I missed that. The players feel that they could get supported here. Okay, well, I think probably because of the past. We had we were an expansion team. This was before Toller got here. We weren't very good, and we were still drawing 11,000 the first 3 years. So I think there's a fan base here. We're a blue collared city. And the Oilers are a premium ticket that really leaves a lot of people out of reach for a lot of people. So I think there's a market for a lower ticket price, and we're, like I said, we're a blue collared city that likes to drink beer and let loose, and I think that's why we do well here, and I think that's why we continue
what are
to do well.
Ticket numbers looking like right now? Like what's our price point if we're looking at buying a ticket for the Unboxed game, and then what are ticket sales like so far?
Yeah, so right now we've only opened up the lower bowl. So the cheapest ticket, or the least expensive ticket, which is in the lower bowl, is $29.50 for the base ticket price, and then of course Ticketmaster has their couple $1 fee and all that. And I think they might go up to $79 in the lower bowl. Right now, we have done no advertising yet. OEG, because they run so many events. I was just talking to them on Saturday. They have like 18 or 19 events between now and when we have the game, a month away from now. So they haven't done a big promotional push at all. So we've only really done the announcement. We're sitting at just over 3,200 tickets right now. The hope is to get a bunch sold before Christmas here. We should start seeing a bunch of advertising promotion from OEG in the next week or two. And then, as we get closer to events, everyone knows that that's when the real ticket push
so you're at 30,
happens
you're
and
at
people start buying
3,200, so that's
tickets.
pretty much half the league. So you already got half the league beat, so you're in good shape off the hop.
That's like as you said, that's going to be Georgia's biggest game they've played, biggest home game they've played in years.
That's if we don't.
Well, we're hoping. I mean, that's it. The league had to incentivize a team to give up a home day too. So, we really appreciate that Georgia was willing to do that because, at the end of the day, the league has to make them whole financially. So the more we can sell, it'll help Georgia out as well.
Understands the importance of growing the game as well. He's a guy who's always been an advocate for that. John Arlotta from Georgia. He's always been open to helping and willing to, grow the game. And I think that this is good on his, we appreciate him stepping up and taking the hit on this one and, losing the home date. It's not easy to tell your fans that you're only getting 8 games as opposed to 9, right? So,
yeah. I think one of the things is I looked in when I knew that you guys were coming on. I just wanted to see what the GLC numbers were, and we're kind of right around that 2015 mark, still having the same numbers as there. I look locally just down the road of Highway 2. Red Deer is getting bigger and better, so lacrosse is definitely getting bigger in Edmonton than before. Looking from a year from now, how would this be determined as a success?
Well, I know that sorry, go ahead, Stash.
Well, I think it'd be. No, I was going to say from, strictly from, my point of view, and a year from now, success would be that we're talking to the league very seriously about getting a team here with OEG. I don't think if we just have this one game and conversation stops that we've accomplished anything here. The whole purpose of this is to intrigue the ownership group to get another team, which in turn, then the numbers for the minor lacrosse will increase. As you guys know, when there's a pro game in town, the kids see the pros playing, they see them in the community, they think, man, this is realistic. I can do this. I want to play this game. I like what I see. So I'm happy that the numbers are the same as they were in 2015, because I think after COVID, and Jordan might be able to speak to this, I'm sure we dropped almost 30 or 40% in retention. So it's great that it's
one
the numbers are back
one
up
of the
there in
things
minor
is that
lacrosse.
it's growing rurally, right? Like the programs from out of town, outside of Edmonton, are growing significantly. So we're a little bit stagnant within the city, but there's a reason why the Calgary minor lacrosse is double what we have at Edmonton, right? And it's all because the Roughnecks are there, and they invest back into that community. Like every single minor team in Calgary has a Roughnecks logo on their shorts. Every single team, right? So they invest back into the community. They do camps. They do come tries, and then they financially invest into the lacrosse association as well. So that would be the success, is if we can get that team and then keep pushing the growth of lacrosse here in Edmonton.
I mean, it totally works. I mean, you talk to like Tyden Redlick, you talk to Matthew Gauthier when they were back in 2015 watching them win a title. Now those two guys are, one on a practice roster, or two playing for the Calgary Roughnecks currently.
When you guys say you're,
Sorry,
go ahead. When you
go
guys
ahead.
say you're
That's all.
looking at bringing a team in Edmonton, are you looking for an expansion team? Are you looking for one of the teams that we are all kind of know are on the bubble and might be struggling and looking to move, or do you care? You just want to get professional lacrosse in Edmonton?
I think ideally a new franchise would be fantastic, and that's just as an ex-player wanting to get more jobs for guys out there. Obviously we don't want to see any more contraction in the league. That just looks terrible. It doesn't look good to any potential ownership groups either. But I would say either or, and of course I'm speaking as a guy who's not paying for the team, is trying to broker this, but I would say I would say either or. We'll take a team
you
here.
got no problem signing somebody else's check. Yeah.
I can spend people's money like you wouldn't believe.
If Edmonton gets a team, go ahead.
But I think with that being said, I think the league has to incentivize an ownership group like OEG to get into the lacrosse game. You know, I don't think that they can expect OEG to pay full freight for a new franchise if that's all that's available at the time. So, you know, and the league has been unbelievable, and so is OEG working together. You know, both groups are just looking to get exposure and get this game going and to hopefully get a franchise here at some point. So you know, I've been on every call almost with both groups together, and you know, it's been real good and real positive. So I don't see anyone trying to either get rich or screw the other guys out of a fee at all.
What's the one misconception about Edmonton as a lacrosse market?
Well, maybe we should let Toller answer that one. He's been in Edmonton and he's lived in the lacrosse hotbed. He would probably know best.
He doesn't remember much of Edmonton is the problem.
I thought
a lot of that was in a blue can blur.
Yeah, I thought Edmonton. No, I honestly, like I said, like to me, I think it's a no-brainer. Like from like you said, from the new arena, I think it all just comes down to. I know I see what Stash is saying too about the part about new franchise, but to me, I almost want to buy a team if I'm them because I'm coming in right off the hop and I'm not going unless you get certain coaches in there that'll get you in the playoffs in the second year, see what happens. But other than that, if you just go with another franchise and you lose 3 years in a row and you win 3 games, then whatever. But no, I mean, if you bring in a team in that's just say, for instance, let's just throw Georgia. Now all of a sudden you got one of the best players in the world. You got one of your best young goalies in the world. Now you're not going 0-18. You're going probably, well, you know, who knows what you're going, but you know what I mean? So that's just my feeling. I think you win early, it brings fans in early. And we just talked about like Oshawa, you know what I mean? They're averaging $5,000. I know Oshawa. I guarantee you, if they're 1-7, I guarantee you their 9th game in Oshawa, there's not 5,500 there. And I'll guarantee there's not 5,500 there.
I don't know if there's going to be 5,500 there this week.
But anyways, that's just what I would say. I mean, to me, as much as I agree, I love more players getting jobs. I love it, but it's a spot where I think Edmonton. You all of a sudden you go, like I said, you make a run right off the hop. I think Edmonton fans love that. That's just me. You could go like agree with Stash too, though. You bring in an expansion team and you bring in the right people. Who knows? You win games.
Stash, like, what are we looking at for a time frame? Like, are we trying to get in for the 2026, 2027, or are we looking 2 years down the road? What's the time frame we're looking at?
I don't think I have an answer for that. I would say that, you know, we would hope sooner rather than later. If ownership group is gung-ho to do something, I think it would be pretty immediate. They move pretty quick. But you know, I don't know the answer. We're not at that conversation yet. Right now, we're just trying to get this game to be a success so that we can go back to, you know, Daryl Cates and his team and say, hey, this makes sense. You guys, you know, you made X amount of dollars with 2 teams that the fans have no ties to. You know, I mean, because realistically, it's 2 teams that Edmontonians don't care about. So, you know, the hope is that if you get 10,000 for that game, that if it's your own team, you're going to get, you know, 12 to 14 every night because you got something to cheer for. You know, the players, like, you know, unless you're a lacrosse person here, no one's going to know any of the players that are coming in. So we're trying to sell this on the entertainment and the game and the value of the speed.
Are you guys in? And now you don't have to answer this, and I don't want you to get in trouble or sue yourself. But are you guys in like active talks to get a team into Edmonton, or is this kind of like a let's have this game and see how it goes, and then maybe we'll ramp up the process?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. There hasn't been any active talks. Initially there was, as I said, when Jordan and I first got involved in this from 2018 to 2020. But the last couple of years, it's been let's use this as a litmus test, and that's OEG. That's OEG slowing it down and saying, hey, you know, we don't want to talk about a franchise right now. We want to talk about seeing if there's a draw for fans here. Because the tough part in Edmonton, honestly, is that we need to have Friday and Saturday nights available, and those are prime nights here for the Oilers and their junior A team, the Oil Kings. You know, we all know that if we're running a lacrosse game on a Thursday or Sunday, we're in big trouble. You know, we're not going to get the attendance we need. We're not going to get the beer drank that we need to sell. And so, you know, finding a Friday and Saturday is the
so the Oil Kings play out there too, the junior A team.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oilers. Well, yeah.
Did they tear the other? Did they tear the other rink right down?
Yeah,
not yet, but it's coming. They just got additional thing to tear down, but it's been sitting empty since 2015. They might have had a few events there, but it's it's got to come down. It's been
part of the deal with Daryl Cates putting the new arena in was that they wouldn't have any competition within the city, so you couldn't, you can't hold events there once that arena opened. That was it for it, and that was one of the reasons why obviously Bruce had to take the team to Saskatoon, because there's nowhere to play that he could afford, right? So it's just been sitting there. It's empty. All the seats are out. They sold everything in it. It's just, I think it's coming down later, I think 2026, I believe. That's correct.
Jeez.
Stash Cornfield, before we let you go, I'm going to let you guys have the floor. Just tell us, man, where do they have to go to get tickets? And is there anything that we didn't cover that you want to get out there?
Well, I can let you know about tickets. You can either go to the NLL website at nll.com, ticketmaster.ca, Rogers Arena. It's all on there. It's all on the regular sort of sites. They've given out special discount codes for first responders.
Nice.
I don't have that on me. And they've also given out all the lacrosse teams across Alberta special discounted code as well, so that they can get a discount for tickets. So I mean, all I will really have to say before Jordan talks is that, if ever you want if you want lacrosse back in Edmonton, you want professional lacrosse back here, now's the time. We need to buy tickets. We need to tell our friends. We need to drag a friend down with us, and fill as many seats as we can, so that it's intriguing to ownership group.
Do you have a security detail ready for when the legend Steve Toll comes back to Edmonton?
Yeah, we do. He'll be sitting in the back of my truck.
in the very back, like not in the actual truck, in the bed of the truck.
See, Jordan, Stash has already got a limousine. Stash has already got a limousine set up for me, so you're already behind, Jordan. Stash is ahead of you.
Well, if we need anyone to sneak beer into the arena, we know that Toller can take care of that.
That's why no one doesn't like me there.
George, you got anything, man, before we let you go?
No, I think Stash said it. It's the one thing that I'm really excited about is to just see lacrosse at this facility. Dawson, you know it. Toller, I don't think you've been to that. You didn't go to that arena when you were here, but man, it's a second to none facility between the restaurants and the ice district and the hotel and the practice facility. Like the arenas are literally right next to each other. And I mean, we've played in this league and we've all been a part of it, where you have to, drive to New Jersey to practice before your game in Philly. Right. And so you don't even have to go outside. So I know Edmonton's cold. Once you get here, like Stash said, you get off the bus, you're inside for the entire weekend. So.
What turf you going with? What turf you going with?
The league has a turf, an unboxed turf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they're bringing that. Stash has been working hard at getting it organized.
They're bringing it from the
Nice. Is it the old roll-up one or the new setup where there's more squared now?
It's the squared one. It's going to be the same one they used in Montreal last year. The one that looks like it's outdoor grass.
No more speed bumps, Stash? Do you miss those days or what?
Well, except the bounce shots, you'd get lucky every once in a while.
And you used to pick up a little bit of speed when you're coming down the little hill too, right? Like that's how Toller got all his breakaways in Maple Leaf Gardens, is they just rolled it up on the other end and he could take off, and he was running downhill.
Nah, they must have did it both ends because I got them both ways. But anyways,
yeah, you're a first and third kind of guy.
Cornfield, I'm gonna put you on the spot here, man. we've been talking about Panther City the last little bit, and there's been people getting chuckles of that. You worked with Steve Toll in Panther City. We just had Malks on. He told us a story about Steve Toll. What's the Steve Toll story that you have for us?
I got a follow-up question to this too, so don't bounce out. I got a follow-up question.
Okay. You know what? Because you never know if there's gonna be kids watching the show. No, I'll say so. Like I was mentioning before, Toller sneaking beer into the arena. The last year, the arena wasn't too kind to us, so they wouldn't let us bring beer in.
This is
and
great.
so Toller would go. He'd empty out his entire bag of everything, and he'd walk through security, and he'd be flirting with the big ladies sitting there at the security, and he'd flirt with. He said, "Oh, I forgot my phone. I just got to quickly run back." So he'd run back to the truck and then fill his backpack with beer and then go. And he didn't have to go through the metal detector because he already made these girls blush. So he was second to none at sneaking beer into the arena. And we always had cold ones after the game, whether we were, nursing our wounds or whether we were celebrating. But and then there was nothing like the ride home with Toller. If you need to get somewhere fast, just hop in with Toller driving, and you will get there regardless.
He's a maniac. He drives like a goddamn maniac. I don't know if you got to listen to last week's episode or not, Jordo, but he was telling a story about a race. So were you at the race, and can you confirm or deny? Did she trip over his foot, or did he rub her out into the wall?
Stash was at that race too.
Oh, here we go. Stories.
Stash might have been still up. Stash was still up, I think.
We were at Sask year one. Stash and I were splitting a room, and
You're right.
It was a tough loss. It was a tough loss, and I don't know if you've ever been to the Sask Hotel, but it's all the floors are in a straight circle, right? and so we're sitting there, and this just commotion is out front, I don't know what's going on, and here's Toller's lining up to go head to head with this girl, and she takes off. I didn't even come out of my room. I'm like, I want nothing to do with this. We just got shit pumped from Saskatchewan, and I didn't come out there. All I do know is I go out there, and there's Jeremy Thompson standing there in his boxers, nothing else, just in his boxers, repping the race. So, all I do know is that I don't think the bet was ever paid in full, whatever was on the line. That's all I know.
Oh God.
Speaking of bet safe, Ricky. Speaking of bets,
totally. You got that $50 yet, or it's only week 3 now? You lost the bet in week 1. We're going into week 4. You still haven't paid up. This wedding is
because you bet with your heart the week after. You bet with your heart the week after. I told us not to bet that, so you lost. We're even. I got a funny story about Jordo too, though. Jordo's the best
the week after.
Hey,
good topic.
Jordo's used to be the best. So
you owe me $50.
Because Jordo used to be the best. Because when we go on a run, whoever bought breakfast that morning, if we won,
you never bought
Jordo,
breakfast.
I swear to God, every time we had a winning streak, Jordo would be on the streak and have to buy lunch or buy breakfast. And it was the best too, because down at our hotel, what was it, like $25 for like what we were getting? I'm like, oh God, we got to keep winning, boys. So then I'd make sure when I bought the breakfast, Gowndry didn't want to eat. TK was sleeping in. It was just me and Jordo. And then mine were always road games, so we'd always didn't make out well on the road. So just, there goes mine, Jordo. I tried, but we lost. It back to Jordo again. It went 2 Jordo, 1 toll. 2 Jordo, 1 toll. It was a great deal.
I think it was more 4 to 1. If I remember correctly.
I wouldn't be surprised if you were throwing games so you didn't have to buy breakfast.
Well, Stash last I remember, Stash had little alligator arms that night. I think Stash was hide too.
You couldn't reach the wallet.
Totem pole though, so I couldn't afford those meals you guys were buying.
No, neither could we.
Yeah.
Hey, Stash Cornfield, thanks for coming on. I bought 4 tickets today, and the reason I bought the 4 tickets on Ticketmaster just to give them out. So anyone that's listening to this episode, just go on the recent one and put in hashtag NLL UnBoxed Edmonton to enter in to win a couple tickets to the game. And then I'll just give away the 4 tickets to anyone. Just enter into the one of the tags and put in hashtag NLL UnBoxed Edmonton to win some tickets.
If you're giving away tickets, how are me and Toll getting in?
Don't worry about that.
What the hell is going on here?
Looking forward to seeing you guys in town.
Hey,
Sure.
thanks for coming on, boys.
Yeah, thanks, fellas. Thanks, Sash. Good seeing you, buddy. See you, Jordan, bud.
Okay, boys, I respect, we got two legends, two guys that played in Edmonton, two guys that from 06 that played, Cornfield went off to Colorado and played, but those two guys are the guys that we need more in lacrosse, two guys that are putting everything and willing to get the sport bigger and bringing back a game. I know bringing the NLL to Edmonton is, I really want it for my peak's sake, everyone's peak's sake around here, and I'm just glad that we have them on. That way we can spread the message too. But let's jump into who's hot, who's not, sponsored by the Goalie Factory. Who's hot, who's not, sponsored by the Goalie Factory, where they don't just train goalies, where they build complete athletes. From camps and elite one-on-one goalie coaching in Langley to full online coaching you can access anywhere. Goalie Factory delivers technical excellence, athletic precision. Goalie Factory, built different. Located in Langley, BC. Use promo code LOOSEMESH for 15% off on your first order. Hit them up. Go and, Fricky, I got a message from Mr. Raleigh Brown after your comment of him rolling around. He goes, "Hey,
barrel rolls on the blue line, baby. Barrel rolls on the blue line. I love it. I'm not chirping it. I love every minute of it. I cannot wait for this summer so I can make my goalie in Northumberland do barrel rolls on the blue line. It's going to be the best thing ever."
Even Bouquet did some barrel rolls. Did you see that save there?
Oh, he's a weapon, the A-bomb. I had the pleasure of coaching that kid ever since he was 12 years old. Okay, Toller, who do you got? Who's hot? Who's hot this week, Toller?
Okay, but just before I tell you who is really hot, I got to agree what Doss just said about those two guys in that game, though, because those two guys do it for all the right reasons, and they're two great guys trying to get that team in that game, that team in Edmonton, so they're the right two guys spearheading that for sure. But I'm just going on a limb here and say who's hot is Mr. Fastest to 300, fastest to 400. He might as well be fastest to 500 because all the guy does is get points and lead by example and do what he does and show why he is right now the best player in the game, and that's Mr. Jeffrey Teat. I mean, he does what he does, and he keeps on doing it. And, man, I hope he makes the playoffs because I'd love to see what he does when he's really determined to go after that too. So my player is Mr. Hot, but I would go with my second Mr. Hot is Mr. Dan McRae coming in the room in the Black Bear outfit. Did you see that after the game? Getting sprayed by the boys? That was legit. That was well done. Well done there.
That was the old Connor Kernan game day fit that they had on there too, right? Like, and the entrance on the fella, like running all the way in from running all the way in from Brant Street in Burlington. Yeah, like he came in hot, firing, and he just reeked like blue cans afterwards. Like, congratulations on a big win, Dano. Congratulations on 300, 400, and 500, Jeffrey. And I'm just excited to watch the fastest to 600 and 700, and just the climb the climb he's going to go on.
Hey, if he doesn't get fastest to 600, it kind of ruins everything. So you might as well just get it because if it doesn't,
you're a bum.
The other three don't count.
Don't be a bum.
Yeah, don't be a bum. You can't get to 600 fast, brutal. Now, congratulations, Teeter. Well deserved.
Snaps.
If I could, I would, but I can't, so I'm not.
Yeah, I know. That's why I love doing it. I love that you can't do it. It's my favorite. It's my favorite part of the show. It's my favorite part of the show.
I already know. I don't even know where Doss is going, but I guarantee he's going Rochester. He's on the Rochester bandwagon big time. Who are you going with, Doss?
Hey. We have two of them come up later in the episode, as you guys probably already know, just from the clips and everything that's been posted on social media. But this guy had 4 goals, 5 assists, and a beatdown in San Diego, and that is Thomas McConvey. What a game, what a performance, what a shakedown in San Diego.
The Mimico magic man. Right? Like, he's just all this kid's done since he's got into the league is put up points. Like, it's just another one of these young guys that have taken the game to the next level and brought it to the point that it's at right now, right? Like, he's not like your prototypical number one guy on an offense. Like he goes into the corner and fights for loose balls. He gets to the dirty areas. It's like him and Hogger are fighting to see who's going to go through the middle first. Like that left side is set up for great.
Hey, Fricky, do you know what another first overall pick should take from his game? Your boy Dyson Williams.
Oh.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
I don't know.
No snaps there,
I
eh?
don't.
No snaps? Wow.
I don't know if you can say that on this podcast.
Wow.
That might be illegal.
Holy
It's like Toll's that's like Toll's godchild over there you're talking about, for Pete's sake.
Fricky, who's the knot this week, man? Who's the knot?
Well, like I seem to get buried into this one 2 weeks in a row now, but I got no problem doing it. Mr. Landon Kells is definitely my who is not this week. 10 goals against, 25 shots. Every single time Vegas gets to go on a little bit of a run or bring the game back, it's another week one going through. And it just looks like, maybe Willie's had enough already, and he put A-Bomb in, and A-Bomb played admirable. Like he made 10 saves in a quarter and a half, as opposed to Landon Kels's 15 in 2.5 quarters, right? It's just it has to be more consistent out the back end. And if Vegas is going to have a chance, like we all kind of think that they're going to have a chance, but if they are going to have a chance, it's got to be a lot better from Landon Kells. So my who's not for this week is one Landon Kells.
What happened to Fraser?
He got
okay. So me, I personally, I watched him on that other guy's podcast earlier in the week, and he looked and sounded extremely sick.
Yeah.
Like the flu sick. They said on the broadcast that he hurt himself in warm up, but I haven't heard anything about anybody saying he actually hurt himself in warm up. So my assumption is he was just sick, tried to battle through, and that's the crutch that they used.
It's story time with Steve Toll, the legend with the laugh and the stories that roll from the floor to the bench. He's seen it all, so sit back, relax. It's story time with Steve Toll.
Okay, it's time for everyone's favorite segment, Story Time by Steve Toll, presented by Niagara Hamilton Fitness Solutions. Mention Loose Mesh for the Steve Toll discount. The more you buy, the more you save. Niagara Fitness Solutions, built for athletes, backed by lacrosse.
So I've actually also went in there to talk to Mr. Bowman, and the next person that goes into Niagara or the Hamilton store and uses my name to buy something, they're going to call me, and I will personally deliver it to you myself. I'm going to work that day for Niagara Fitness Solutions, deliver the treadmill, whatever you want. I'll carry it on my back.
Oh my God, I hope it's a fridge. I hope it's a fridge.
I'll put it together, but it will cost you probably 3 to 6 Bud Lights. But I will put it together, and I will meet the family. Might even sign an autograph or two if you want one. All right, so that's good.
Hey, Toller, before you get into your story, I heard it's actually you that sings the song that they play on the clips.
I'm not lying to you. I put that song on my mouth for
Story time. You sing it, don't you?
All I know is I've never seen more older people laughing at that thing. They loved it. They loved the thing. They love it. Okay, so
all right, get into the story, you bum.
So since we've already talked kind of how my daughter kind of ran the party and got things going, I decided, you know what? How about I let everyone know what happened that night? So I'm going to tell you what happened. My daughter, not only was going to be a daughter, she was supposed to be born at the start of April. And March 2nd, the Toronto Rock went into Buffalo Bandits that night. And we happened to win in overtime. And a guy named Steve Toll scored in overtime. A guy named Philip Weatherup, an OT. I beat Phil Weatherup. After the game, the boys on the Rock decided to go party in St. Catharines. So on my way back that night, I called the wife at the time, Carolyn, and I said, I know nothing's going down tonight, so I'm going to stay in St. Catharines, and we're going to level 3. So all the boys, suits on, we all go to level 3. And it's about 11:30, 12 o'clock, hitting the little dance floor. We're all feeling the groove. Next thing you know, I got Dr. D grabbing me and tapping me on the shoulder saying, your mom is on the phone. Your mom is on the phone. I'm like, Gibby, it's 12 o'clock at night. We're dancing. Beat it, Gibby. He's like, Toll, your mom is on the phone. I look over the bartender and the bartender's got a phone in her hand like this. I'm like, Gibby. He's like, Toller, the phone is for you. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay. I go on the phone. My mom, Steven, I'm coming to get you. Carolyn's water broke. You're having the baby. I'm like, oh no, I'm shebanged. I am just crushed. I'm like, oh no. So now it's like probably 12:30. So now it's March. So now it's March 3rd. Now it's March 3rd. I'm like, oh my God. So it's torrential downpour too. I still remember this to a T. I get in the car. My mom pulls up. I'm outside and waiting. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have a baby tonight. I'm gonna have a baby. So I friggin' get in the car. I look in the back seat. My dad had his hockey team party. He is passed out in the back seat, out cold, not even waking. I out in the front seat. 2 seconds later, I'm sawing logs. Me and my dad both out cold. My mom driving through a torrential downpour from St. Catharines to Oshawa. Just, I swear to God, we get an Applebee line. All I hear is, Linda, pull over. I got to piss. My mom goes, Steve, your son and daughter-in-law are having a baby. We got to get to Oshawa. I'm like, Mom, I got to pee too. She's like, you guys are ridiculous. So here we are, Applebee line, me and my dad outside on the highway on the QE or the 401, taking a pee. 401. We both hop back in, pass both back out again. We get to Oshawa about 2:00 in the morning. My mom wakes me up, says, get upstairs quick, Steven, get up there quick. I go running up the stairs. I'm like, looking for Carolyn Toll. They're like, shower. I go, shower? So I go bombing in the shower. I gear down, I take my thing off, take my suit off, hop in the shower. Next thing you know, the nurse and Carolyn come walking in. I'm buck naked in the shower. The nurse is like, not you. Your wife is getting in the shower. I'm like, oh, but I needed this too. So I finished. I finished up the shower.
You're an idiot. You are an idiot.
I finish up the shower. Carolyn comes in. I got my change of clothes on. I'm feeling like $1 million. I'm like, yes, let's go. Carolyn goes in the shower. Next thing you know, comes back out. Half hour later, one of the 2 greatest days of my life. My daughter Olivia is born. Love her to this day even more, knowing that she waited for her dad till she came out to this world. She said, Dad, I'm not coming out till you get here. But I tell you, when that nurse said shower, I kind of looked at her like, shower? Okay, I need one. So I geared down. He came in, not you, your wife. I'm like, too late now. Carolyn's just shaking her head. I'm like, oh, boy. Anyways, yep. Like I said, one of the 2 greatest days of my life. Livia born. Livia Piper told that day. And I'm like, Liv, I love you to death waiting for your dad, because I would have never, ever heard the end of it. And I don't duo Linda, obviously, lots anyways, but her driving through that storm like a maniac, that's where I got my driving from. And obviously my dad for that pee, because that helped a lot too. And yeah, it was a night to remember, I tell you. So that's what happened from a Buffalo Bandit OT winner to my daughter being born, all in one night.
I'm just more confused on why you guys post-gamed in St. Catharines after a Buffalo game. Like what time would you have gotten back to this? Like, what is it, like an hour drive?
From St. Catharines to Buffalo, plus 25 minutes. 25 minutes.
Oh, really?
Back in those days, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Back in those days,
yeah, the border would have been fuck all.
And back in those dressing room those days, buddy, I would guarantee you, I bet I beat half the Buffalo odd crowd back there. I guarantee I beat them back St. Catharines. We were gone.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, but it was a night to remember, though. I tell you, when Gibby came in, he goes, Toll, your mom's on the phone. I'm like, Gibby, I'm dancing. Your mom's on the phone. I'm dancing. Nope, my mom's on the phone. We're coming to get you.
What a guy Gibby is.
That's the real Dr. D. There's the real Dr. D.
The real Dr. D.
Yeah.
He loves that handle too. He coached me one year.
He loves it.
He coached me one year in the beaches, and I was all over calling him Dr. D, and he just a side-eye chalk, like just a grin on him, like, Jesus, call me that again. I'm like, what's up, Doc? How are you, Doc?
Yeah. So that is the story with my daughter being born that night. Yep. March 3rd, 2002. Totally. Doss can't believe it. Doss is right.
No.
McMichael says, it's not that bad. Kind of expect
No, that's nothing. That is absolutely
I
nothing.
can't get
I'm
a
just,
good
you know
story.
what? That brings me to something to where I remember. I'm just happy that your mom stopped for you so that you could piss. Because I remember when I would have been maybe 19 or 20 years old, and we're playing senior men's field lacrosse for the Brooklyn Barrage coming back from Burlington, and you wanted to get back to Ajax in a hurry, and I had to piss something fierce, and you literally made me wait from Burlington to fucking Ajax, and I almost died in the back of that
Gatorade
car
bottle, buddy.
twice.
Gatorade bottle.
A, because of your driving, and B, because my black teeth were floating.
So that's story
Jolie,
time.
Jolie,
What time are you
Frick,
getting on those guys tomorrow, though, Das?
8:30. 8:30 tomorrow.
Oh yeah, because they're both
Yeah.
Eastern.
I thought you
guys.
said 9. I thought you said 9:30.
8:30. It might be 9. But hey, this episode's getting long, and I know some people like shorter episodes. But hey,
Cool.
let's do this instead, okay? We're gonna have tomorrow's episode is all going to be just about Rochester and the game in San Diego with Thomas and everyone else over there. So tomorrow we'll be recording that. There'll be another episode for you guys to go and listen to. That's where you can find Rapid Fire with Frick, sponsored by Loading Lacrosse, and Frick's Picks for week number 4.
You want another story for that one? You want another story for that one?
We can definitely get another story for that one, Tolly. For that,
You got a big busy day ahead of you, apparently, though. Remember?
No, I just the kid didn't like me today. He goes, I don't want Steve here. I work in that group home. Kid doesn't like me, only likes girls. I can't blame him. He goes, I don't want Steve here. I don't want Steve here. And he's like, Steve, would you be upset if I asked you to leave? See you later. Bye.
You wouldn't be upset if they never asked you to come in again.
They don't really know you, hey? Hey, Tol, or what?
I know.
But anyhow,
all right, boys.
I'm
leaving mine on anyway.
Hold on. Thanks for everyone for listening to this episode and supporting everyone on the Loose Mesh Pod. Go and give our sponsors some love. Go and get into that giveaway again. Put on any type of the recent one of, the one that we released of Tolly, the story time from Tolly. Go and put hashtag NLL UnBoxed Edmonton, and you're entered for the draw for 4 tickets to the upcoming game. Come and see Fricky coming to Edmonton. Tolly's coming to Edmonton. Dobson's going to be in Edmonton. Lyle Thompson's going to be in Edmonton. Tanner Cook, Fricky's second favorite boy, is going to be in Edmonton.
Braden Maia is going to be there.
Brendan Maia is going to be there.
6 apples. It's 6 apples.
Yeah. Come and join us. Come and party with us, and come check it. Come check out the game. Come check out the building, and let's sell this place out, boys. Appreciate it. Fricky, they can find you where?
Everywhere. I'm everywhere.
Everywhere.
I'm all the places. I'm in all the places.
Talking about this, people want you to get back on Twitter. They're saying they're missing Tol on Twitter.
I know. I've heard that rumor too.
He can't spell.
Oh, listen. Now I could get back on Twitter, but
all right, boys.
God, I love that. Thanks for everyone. Wherever you got that song with, it's the greatest thing you've ever done in your life.
That's AI. AI, baby. AI.
Alrighty, boys. I'll talk to you guys later. And for everyone, again, go and enter in the Loading Lacrosse giveaway to win a Tonka head by subscribing to our channel on YouTube and their channel on YouTube, and direct DM us. If that's my personal account, Twitter account, Instagram account, I don't care where you send it. Just send me the screenshots and you're entered in to win a Tonka head. Alrighty, boys. I'll see you guys later. You guys enjoy the games the upcoming week.
Hey, boys. Peace.